guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you tips on how to prepare for exams. The end of the school year is coming up, so that means finals and AP tests. I'm an AP student and I have 5 tests to prepare this year, and trust me, I know the struggle. Hopefully these tips will help you or have this video motivate you in some way. I personally love watching these type of videos because they motivate me. After I watch a couple, I get off my bed and start doing my homework. And yeah, let me know if you want to see more of these type of videos, and let's just get right into it. So my first tip is to have a clean workspace. It's really important to have a clean workspace because then you are able to do a lot more. By having a clean desk, you can see the things that you have on your desk. You know where your pens are, you know where your papers are, you know where your notes are. If everything's really cluttered, sometimes things get lost. When I have a crowded desk, I feel like I can't really move a lot. I don't have space to put something down like a textbook. And sometimes I lose my pens really easily, or a notepad, or some important piece of paper with an important note on it. Trust me, I have lost so many important sticky notes and I had to rewrite them because I had a messy desk and I couldn't find where it is, or my favorite pen. I have lost so many pens. You know, like you just have that one pen where you just need to use it for every single assignment, and I lost so many of my pens because of how messy my desk was. So yeah, have a clean desk because trust me, it will make your life so much easier, especially when studying. So this next tip is probably the biggest. We all know that Instagram and any social media is really addicting. So in order to be really productive, I suggest turning the sound off or turning your phone off completely, so that way when you get a notification or a text message or a call, you don't jump at it and run to your phone. A good way to be organized is to have a planner. I personally like to have cute planners because it makes me want to look at it more. I know that's like a really weird way to get a planner, but trust me, it works. So it's really nice to have a planner because you are a lot more organized and you know the event that's coming up or any assignments or projects that are due or upcoming tests, so you are on top of things. My teachers have handouts where they have the whole semester and quarter all laid out, so I can easily put everything on my calendar as soon as possible, so I know ahead of time on what I need to do, so I won't procrastinate, because that's a big thing, is procrastination. A thing that's helpful for me, especially if you have just a small planner, is to divide your planner. So on the left side, I have things that I need to do, and then on the right side, I have events. So events are just things that are due or upcoming tests, so I know from things that are upcoming compared to things that I really need to do, such as homework or reading or anything. My next step is similar to my last one. It's really nice to have a to-do list because then you know what you really need to do for that day. This little booklet, loose paper thing, I got it from Target from the dollar bin section along with the binder. It has a calendar and just some notepad paper at the back. I know it's kind of redundant with the planner, but it really helps me get on top of things, especially on the list side where I can just check things off. And then it's also nice on the left because it has just a little sneak peek of what your day is going to look like. This also has a goal section, which I think is really motivational because if you write out your goals, you know what you need to do and achieve for that day, and when you're done with your goal, you've accomplished something for that day. So that is a really good way to get on top of things and finish your work. My next step is to have colored notes. Just like with the planner, if I have pretty colorful notes, I'll want to look at it more. Highlighting or underlining important things with color just makes those important things pop out. I like to underline things in color with important vocabulary or just important people or events and dates. And I also like to use another colored pen if it's something that I need to memorize or I have a problem remembering or understanding, then I'll just put a star on it. Another great way to color code your notes is to have sticky notes. I like to write down big main ideas or key points, and then I put it off to the side of my notes, so when I look through my notes, my eyes immediately go to that sticky note, and I remind myself the topics I need to know for the test. It's your notes, so customize it any way you want it, so it'll help you retain the information that you learned. A key for me when studying is making flashcards. Flashcards is a great and easy way to know your vocab, know your events, your people, and I know it takes a while to write down the word and then put the information on the back, but there's also Quizlet. Quizlet is an amazing tool to use for studying, and it's so easy because it's on your phone, so whenever you're on the go and you have some downtime, you can just take your phone out. Instead of going on Instagram, you're on Quizlet. I also like to make study guides. Study guides help me just have an overview of everything that I learned. Just make an outline of what you have learned so far. Don't put every single detail on your study guide because then it's just looking at your notes. To avoid putting too much information on your study guide, just do the big main topics and then subtopics. Let's say you're taking a psych class, so just have the different types of theories, and then on your subheading put the different types of theorists and psychologists. Don't put too much because the point of a study guide and an outline is to try to remember things from your head instead of looking at it on a paper. To help retain information, space out your studying. For day 1, study for 30 minutes. Day 2, study for 45. And day 3, study for an hour. This helps retain information into your long-term memory compared to just trying to cram all of it in one day, the day before the test. Having good grades is really good, but taking care of yourself is important. After studying for an hour or two, take a break. And if you don't want to study for that long, study for 30 minutes, then take a 10-minute break, and then come back and finish the hour. As you can tell, I like to watch caffeine lights on my break, and I may watch maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3, but I try to limit myself to just watch one video within my 10-minute break. But do not go on your phone, because once you get on your phone, there's no going back. You will be forever on Instagram, and 30 minutes later, you would still be on Instagram. If you have a really busy schedule, my advice is to spend as much as your free time studying. I know that means having no social life, but during lunchtime, I like to go to the library and just spend my whole entire lunchtime just studying. I do still eat, I just don't eat during my lunch break because I still need the energy to go through my whole school day. But trust me, you have no idea how much work you can get in 30 minutes. Well, depending on how long your lunch is, but I get a lot of work done within my lunchtime, and it really helps. And finally, tip number 10 is to study with friends. Studying with friends is a lot more fun, and you're not alone, because all that studying means no social life, having your Friday nights instead of going out and hanging out. You're at home in a textbook. But if you study with friends, you're studying and having fun at the same time. And it also helps retain information because the other person is testing you instead of you testing yourself, because sometimes for me, it's hard for me to focus. When I have a hard time focusing, I have a hard time retaining the information compared to when somebody is with me and they're testing me. If I get off track, they're like, hey, you need to focus on this, and I remember and I do well on tests. So that's why you should study with your friends. And that is it for the video, guys. I hope these tips helped you or motivated you. Good luck on all your tests. Get those 3s, get those 4s, get those 5s, pass every single class, and graduate if you're a senior. Class of 2018, we're almost there. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is down below. Like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.